As Rach and I stand on the train platform here in Dijon, waiting to head to our final destination in France, we had some time to think about how amazing this journey has been so far. Being able to spend a few days in Paris, taste champagne in Champagne, explore the culinary delights in Dijon, visit the enchanting village of Beaune, and taste some of the world's best wines in Burgundy. Now we are heading even further south to France's third largest city, one that has actually been on our radar for quite a long time. This is Lyon.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Rach.
For years now, we've enjoyed traveling the world together, near and far.
Whether it's creating lifelong memories, diving into distant cultures of the world, or just satisfying our craving to go somewhere new.
We invite you to come along to experience life's journey with us.
We gotta get a taxi, but we are here in Lyon. Anywhere we go, we are typically loyal to Marriott. For Lyon, however, there was only one property. The location really wasn't the greatest, but it had pretty good reviews, and we decided to give it a shot. And we just checked in to the Marriott here in Lyon. I believe it's the only Marriott. It's a little bit a ways from the city center, but not that far. Pretty nice bathroom, nice corner shower. This is a spacious room. This is more like something you'd see in the United States. Nice king size bed, nice big size TV. I think because of our status, we have free access to the mini bar. Oh, there's 2 Heinekens in there, 2 waters. And this is a nice feature, maybe not for this time of year. At least you get a little bit of a view here. Probably can't see it that well through the GoPro. So when we checked in, the gentleman at the front desk was super nice and showed us where our hotel was, where our dinner reservations were tonight. He's gonna make reservations for us tomorrow night. And basically for 2 days, he told us what to do, what to go see. You don't really see that a whole lot anymore because people have smartphones and they pull up Google Maps and they just leave and they go. But this was kind of the old nostalgic check into Europe. Here, let me show you on the map everything you need to do. So I like that. That was really nice. There's all kinds of businesses in this building complex. They all look the same, and this is where the Marriott is. Very modern, and you can see right across the river. So Lyon is the 3rd largest city in France. It's the 2nd largest city if you're just looking at urban areas, first being Paris, of course. But it's known to be the gastronomic capital of France. Some of the world's most famous food has come from Lyon, from the famous chef who died a few years ago. His name was Bocuse. You maybe remember him on shows like Anthony Bourdain, and he has a lot of cookbooks and everything, but a lot of disciples from the culinary world of Bocuse here in Lyon and around the world. So there's a lot of cool things to see here. We got about a half an hour walk into town. It's a nice day. Figured why not walk along the river and take in some of the views. try some skateboarding, Rach.
We kept hearing about these local bouchons here in the city, so we had to try one for lunch. Chez Georges is well known and has had its fair share of famous guests.
Get some sausage. Bouchon. And so this is a house wine. It's the Côte du Rhône, which is just south of here. It's another wine region, not Burgundy. But when you come to these places, you got to get the house wine. It's really good.
A lot like fruitier.
Yeah. So we got what, an egg?
Some ham.
Yeah. Say, give it a try. Good? Rich. Tripe. And we got some potatoes as well. Very good. What did you think of the tripe?
Not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what though? I think if you like tripe, that is the place to go.
I just think we didn't know what to really order.
I actually liked it.
The sauce was good on it.
The sauce was amazing.
Were
The potatoes were amazing. The carrots were amazing. I mean, you know, potatoes are potatoes, carrots are carrots, but those you could tell were done right. You want to move here? See how much the homes are. Oh, look at this house. 870,000 euros. That looks pretty nice.
That looks like a big house.
6 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Lyon's history dates all the way back to the Roman Empire when it was the capital of Gaul. Today, it's well known for food, but also for its banking, biotech, and software industries. Through all this, it is clear that the city has not lost its old world charm.
We should go do the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
You want to do the Ferris wheel?
Ferris wheel.
Let's do the Ferris wheel. It's the main square in Lyon. Very nice. There's like nobody on this ride. And it's crazy because it's a big city and
It's a Friday. Maybe
it's a Friday, maybe tomorrow, but it's a beautiful day.
I just think it's not tourist
There is
here.
nobody here. They get off and we get on.
In Lyon.
In Lyon. All right. So far, first impressions of Lyon.
Very nice.
Very clean, big city. Not as hustle bustle as Paris.
No.
Food scene seems to be really well, other than the tripe that we had.
We just picked the wrong thing. It felt like it has a big Switzerland vibe when you
Yeah,
look
it
out.
kind of does feel like Switzerland a little bit.
I like the Ferris wheel. Beautiful views from up there.
It's a good way to see the city.
Only about 10 minutes long. It wasn't super long. €9 a person, you know, $10. Not the worst. You didn't have to wait in line.
There isn't a bad place anywhere in Europe to sit outside and enjoy a local lager while watching the world go by.
Stone River. Back to the hotel, get showered up, have a little drink on the balcony, and go to Bouchon for dinner. A good one. Rachel picked out a good one.
I know.
Out here enjoying some Chateauneuf du Pape. This was only 18 euros at the convenience store, which at home, that's at least $35, $40. So about $15, $20 off. Just buying it here in France. Not bad. Just sipping on this before dinner. Keeping it out here in the cool. Checking out the gorgeous sunset. We really didn't feel like walking back to the city in the dark, so we called an Uber.
All right, Rach, we're at Bouchon Toupin. This is one of the highest rated bouchons in all of Lyon. You got us a reservation, somehow.
It was just available.
Even the guy at the hotel was like, this is pretty good. So we got about a few minutes here before we go in, but the one dish that we're looking for here is the pike in the sauce.
It's like I think it's like in a puff pastry kind of thing.
Yeah.
And some kind of sauce.
This is like the number one dish of Lyon, and supposedly this place does it really well. So we're gonna order that. We might order a few other things just to have on the side to try. Let's go in, shall we?
Yeah, we shall.
Let's do it. Fish souffle, a pike fish souffle. You might be thinking, why would you order that? Well, you'll find out. The wine list for a little place is pretty good. Here we go. Gros Hermitage.
Sweet potato soup.
Sweet potato
There's some
soup.
gorgonzola cheese and some walnuts and chives.
Wow.
Might want to mix that cheese in there.
Yeah. Looks good, huh?
Yeah.
Good. So another good thing to do is dip the bread.
Homemade bread.
Dip the bread. Good, huh? So here it is, the famous pike
A puff pastry.
puff pastry with basmati rice. And Rach has
Pasta with some ham.
pasta. Good. My take on the pike souffle, I mean, it was good, definitely, but it wasn't the greatest thing I ever had in my life. But I'm glad I ordered it, though. So this is the praline pie, or dessert.
That's a tart or pie.
It's a tart. Go ahead and give it a try, Rach. Good? You approve?
It's like kind of sticky.
Sticky? Well, now we're full. What'd you think?
It was great.
Yeah? Very good.
It was good. I like those bouchons.
Bouchons are nice. They're kind of fine dining without the fine dining.
Yeah. They have a limited menu, but it means everything is...
You know everything's going to be good.
Yep.
Day 2 here in Lyon. Just had some breakfast at the Marriott. Now we're heading out to see more of the sights.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be.
Alright, so as I mentioned earlier, Paul Bocuse is a famous chef from Lyon. He died a few years back, but there is a food hall in his name and honor, and that is where we're heading to now. Hopefully we can find it. It's up here somewhere. That's our next stop.
If you ever visit Lyon, I think it would truly be a sin not to visit the Les Halles de Lyon, Paul Bocuse's food market. If there was a food market in heaven, my guess is that it would look something like this. The selections in here are extremely overwhelming. If you come in here without a plan, like we did, you really don't know where to start, and that's really a problem.
Caviar on pasta. What an amazing place.
It is.
It's overwhelming, really.
It is. So much gourmet food in one
I know.
area. And lots of little restaurants too.
Yeah. Well, we didn't end up eating in the market, but we're in the mood for pizza.
Yes.
Craving it.
Yeah, that's my comfort food.
Craving some pizza.
And thankfully for Google Maps, we were able to find a place just a short walk away. It seemed to check all the boxes. Lots of famous people have visited here, check. Authentic Italian, check. And super impressive pizza oven, check.
That looked good.
That looks delicious, doesn't it?
It does.
Pizza's really good.
That was amazing.
You love that salad.
I just needed something big.
So thoughts on that? It was pretty good.
That was really good. And just what I needed.
Just what you were craving, huh?
Yeah, a good salad and some pizza.
Yeah, if you're in Lyon and want to get a good pizza, definitely stop here. Alright, now we're off to the next place. Let's see if we can get some good views from top of that hill. Heading across the Rhone River. Look at the color of that water. It's like a certain blue. It's clean, yep.
Lyon is certainly a pedestrian-friendly city, just like so many others in Europe. At every corner you turn, there's beautiful architecture and pretty views.
Now we just need to find out where we need to go to get up the hill.
So I just ran into a random guy and I said, we want to go up to the cathedral. And I said, this way. He said no, and he was really nice enough to show us the way because we would have never found this. And we were going to get some steps in. After pizza and a bunch of wine, this might not be the best idea. 400 steps. Rach is like ready to kill me.
I think we could have walked up that way.
Yeah. We made it here to the church. Wow. Oh, we're gonna get some good pictures here.
Even on a cold, overcast December day, the observation deck offers stunning views of the city's skyline.
That's our hotel way out there. This is cool. It's like a little structure here in the park.
Rotary clubs in Lyon.
Rotary clubs at Lyon, yeah. Well, look at this. You get the two rivers here. And then we just climbed up to right there. That's where we are right now. In retrospect to the city. Very cool, detailed little structure. I like that. Pope John Paul II. Very nice statue.
This basilica was built between 1872 and 1896. It's definitely worth a visit as the inside draws from both Romanesque and Byzantine architecture.
All right, now we saw the church. We're gonna go see the Roman ruins, which are right around the corner here. I love me some Roman ruins.
You always do.
Looks like an original Roman road here. Walkway. See all these little rooms and structures. So they still do shows here today. You could come here and see a performance. How amazing is that? But imagine the backdrop back in the day. Up on the hill. Unbelievable. You want to go sing for us?
If I could go back in time to any point in history for just one day, it would have to be at the height of the Roman Empire. I think it would be fascinating to see what that society was really like.
And one thing is for sure, going down is a heck of a lot easier than going up.
feel like there's still a ton to discover in the city, but we are just not going to have enough time to do it all. But one thing we are going to do is find this Christmas market that everyone is talking about.
Well, we found the Christmas market here
Lyon.
in Lyon. We'll go take a walk through.
Prior to coming to France, we weren't sure if there were going to be any Christmas markets open due to COVID. Thankfully, we were able to celebrate a little Christmas spirit with some vin chard, or glühwein as they call it.
Being in Europe during Christmas is certainly magical. One of the reasons we decided to do another December trip overseas. These markets provide not only a religious celebration for these communities, but also a sense of ethnic pride as well. A visit to a true European Christmas market should be on every traveler's bucket list.
We're gonna head back to the Bocuse market. We're gonna get some dessert for tonight, and then go back to the hotel, get showered up, go to dinner, and come back to the hotel tonight, have our dessert with a bottle of Sauterne that I bought.
It's a little cold out now.
A little cold, getting colder, huh?
Yeah.
Of course, we had to make another visit to the market. I was eyeing up those desserts earlier.
Chef Paul Bocuse is no doubt a legend here. He is to Lyon what LeBron James is to Akron, Ohio.
Really heading out for our last dinner of the trip, really, for the most part, here in Lyon. One thing I will say is getting around the city, the Ubers take forever, and they're kind of unreliable, so just be ready for that if you are making a trip here.
Unreliable is bad enough. Then add in some Algerian soccer chaos to the mix.
And we had to walk back rest of the way. There's some nonsense going on in the city. Some Arabic soccer team. But we're here.
La Tassie was recommended to us by the front desk at our hotel. From the looks of it, looked pretty good. I ended up going with a 3-course tasting menu. The first was black pudding on puff pastry, which I will say was incredible. The beef chuck was awesome as well.
I went with a good but simple chicken entree.
Rach finished her meal off with a great looking dessert, while I mistakenly ordered a glob of cheese.
Well, that was really good.
It was a good dinner.
Yeah, unexpected. Nice place, clean, good food, traditional French, really, for the most part. The tasting menu was a good deal. For 35 euros, you got the black pudding. I thought was amazing. I got the beef chuck, and then you can pick any dessert. I picked the wrong thing. I got the slab of cottage cheese, but you could pick any of those. Any of those desserts look amazing.
But no worries, the dessert we got at the market was waiting for me back at the room with some cold Sauterne.
Well, just finished up our last breakfast here at the Marriott. Really nice hotel. Very cool structure here with this building that goes forever with all these different things in it, a casino and cinema and who knows what else.
that this was our last day here in Europe, Matt and I decided just to take it easy and go for a walk in this beautiful park right behind our hotel. We really just wanted to relax before catching our train back to Paris that afternoon.
It's like a little mini carnival here in the middle of the park. Kid rides and games, snacks.
I was actually able to take some pretty nice pictures around the lake, maybe even frame-worthy.
After a long walk, we were hungry for lunch, so we decided to go to the bottom level of our hotel to the casino's restaurant, La Casia.
So we're in the casino restaurant.
Yeah, not
For lunch.
too much is open on Sundays and Sundays.
Yep.
But it's literally right outside our hotel.
So of course, in French fashion, we ordered a steak and fries. The wine was only €5.
Fries are good.
Fries are good.
It's like Canadian fries.
My kind of meal right here. Ready to get back on the plane. Both tested negative. Should be good to go. Less than 24 hours. That was pretty easy. Just did it right over the phone.
It's never fun packing up to leave Europe, but hey, that's part of the deal. We got a direct train back to Paris for our early morning flight home.
That was confusing. Is our train going to split?
I'm out of breath.
Luckily, I found us a perfect place to stay just for a few hours overnight before our flight. This Sheraton is actually inside the airport.
Just checking in here to the Sheraton at Charles de Gaulle. Only here for a few hours, but look at the size of this bed. You might not be able to tell on camera, but it is massive. You could fit 8 Wonka grandparents in this bed. Actually not a bad room. Look at the planes. Got some peanuts and Crozet Hermitage.
One last French fry.
If you have been following our trip here in France on YouTube, thank you. We love seeing the likes and views go up, as well as some of the comments you all have. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel. We really do have some more cool destinations planned for 2022, which we think you'll enjoy. Until next time, peace out.